Welcome back, everybody. Uh,
Hello.
I think this is the second part of ending B for Shizune's line.
I
Um,
think no. I think we have admitted, or at least heavily implied, what ending
Yeah.
ending it is. This is the good ending.
This is a better ending. For those who've just for a bit of just a recap, we've denied Misha's advances and picking up a few more things, more confirming a few things from Shizune about Shizune's personality, and then
having a
finding
massive
out
plot twist that because Misha is
gay.
she's a lesbian or possibly bi, given that she came on to us, but that may have just been her being confused. We're not sure.
Yeah. And that's actually a bunch of very interesting and actually, I personally think it's a very good heaping of character development.
Yes.
So yes, I'm actually really keen to see how this actually turns out. So without further ado,
I just hope I didn't somehow cock up, and since I forgot to save, because this is a professional program, of course. But yeah, I forgot to save, so I had to go power through what we did last time, and I'm just somewhat worried that I clicked the wrong option somewhere. But who knows? Let's find out.
Misha showed up today.
Yay!
Still looking unhappy, which is, but given. Alright.
Yeah. I feel so sorry for that poor girl.
Yeah, that
She's
doesn't
not
help.
happy right now.
You don't say. And Shizune's not exactly the greatest.
At working out how to fix that. Yeah. Yes. Hang on. I think she ditches us for the group work in the other ending.
I think so.
Here we are. No, she's. Next sentence. She ditches us.
Yeah, it's a bit of an obvious dodge, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh, poor girl. No, it can't. It must not wait until later.
Though she does have a point, though, even if it is a dodge.
Who has the point? Sorry? What?
Well, I think. Yeah, she just said that she didn't want to talk now.
No, that's a good point, but they are in the middle of class. It might have to wait.
Then again, it hasn't stopped them before, though.
No. Oh. And not necessarily about the student council. It's about you, Misha. Damn it. Jesus. But yeah, all of this happening in the bad ending. This is so much less depressing. Just because the bad ending had all this happening, but with the slow undercurrent of shit's gonna go wrong, and it's gonna go wrong badly.
You need to give her space, Shizune. Yes, Hisao having the Hisao having the
What's that?
details. Hisao's actually
having a good idea.
Yeah, which is no Shizune.
No, that's Shizune. Come on.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed more about this line than this ending than the other one is, wow, Shizune just doesn't get it.
Like seriously, I don't know. She has some personality issues, and I have to wonder how much of it is just her, but how much of it is her deafness and her family. It's just cocktail of things that just haven't really helped her upbringing
Mm.
You'll call our cell phone, but you're deaf. How the hell would you?
Well, she can
you call us?
actually. Yeah, that's a good. I was about to say call her, because if you call, it's like, all right, cool, she's found her. Doesn't actually tell him where she is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and assume she means text, either that or for some reason giving Misha the phones. But just a little. Yeah, Shizune is not good with her phone. That's the whole story right now.
Oh. Oh.
What?
Okay, because isn't this the point in the other ending where we've...
We what?
This is such a nicer scene.
Yeah, this is way nicer.
None of the twang of guilt and regret.
Yeah. It feels like, yeah. I think we when we read the line, because I can trust you, we both went, oh. But yes, this is so much nicer, so much nicer. Yeah, I hope maybe Mish is using reverse psychology. Or reverse psychology.
It's interesting seeing it now on the second run through where we know what's coming, but at the same time it's a completely different feeling at this point.
Yeah. We've said this many times, but hopefully our one viewer did actually pay attention to the disclaimer and went through the other ending first.
Hopefully.
Whew. Yes, let's go to the Shanghai, but only because she can't be asked running away anymore.
But at least it's not a guilt trip.
Yeah.
This whole event.
Nisha still jumps at the noise though. Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
As much as nothing happened, there's still a lot on Misha's plate that we've only recently found out. That's pretty much
but
just...
it's kind of weird how it's taken her this long for it to break down and finally, be depressed about it.
I think
maybe it's more about the fact that she's admitted it to us, and Shizune kind of knows.
From what I'm seeing here, it's more that, like it said, the end of their time guaranteed together is very fast approaching.
That's actually,
She's probably been depressed about it since it happened.
Mm.
And it's only now where reality is catching up to the fact.
Yeah.
And this last week, couple days, is kind of just letting the floodgates open.
Yeah. She's afraid of what she might have said. You need 2 keys to do it. I can tell you something else you need 2 keys to do. That was reaching, and that wasn't even that great. I'm sorry.
Anyways. What soundtrack's this?
This one is
Nocturne.
Nocturne, yeah.
I don't think this played last time.
No, I think music did play.
I don't think it was this track though.
I don't know.
This is not depressing enough to be a bad ending track.
Cold triggered. Thinking of Cold Iron again, damn it. Takes one note and I feel sad.
Yeah. That is a brutal track in this game.
I don't know, like hearing it. If you had no idea what the game was about, like what the context behind it was, I doubted it'd be that painful to listen to. It's all about
context,
all connotations and context we glean by playing this game. But yes, Shizune wants Misha to be happy because she likes Misha and as a friend, unfortunately for Misha. But you know, yeah. Again, she's like that, thinking only in extremes. Only in extremes.
Yeah, smart people can do stupid things, like the scientists in Europe who are trying to figure out how to resurrect the dead to discover how to make a life-lengthening medicine.
I've seen enough zombie movies to know where this is going.
Yeah, that's difference is that this isn't a zombie movie. It's some people getting paid to try to figure that out, and it's like, no, it's a bad idea. Such a bad idea. Though if you,
yeah, it's the whole thing about you thought too much about whether or not you could. You didn't stop to think whether or not you should.
Yeah.
Even though I've never seen the first Jurassic Park film.
Good movie, actually. I really enjoyed it as a kid. I haven't watched it in probably over a decade, but from what I remember of it, really good movie.
Yeah. Next slide.
Yep.
We need to keep the story going. Trying not to derail ourselves because I want to find out how this plays out. But yeah, actually no, you're right. I think the music was different in the bad ending in this scene. Because I remember the Low with Guilt being way more depressing to read.
Once again, he's biting his tongue over disabilities, which is interesting because that's something that comes up a lot more frequently in the other lines I've noticed.
Yeah, well, I mean, in one line in particular, the girl goes, "Don't bother changing your speech patterns on my account."
Yeah, but he still bites his tongue regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember that Wahaha being way more depressed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This isn't directly related to right now, but we were discussing last recording session about how the whole confession of Shizune to Misha and then getting rejected was kind of saddening, and how I'd been on the other end of that. Should I share the story of the closest I came to having a girlfriend?
If you wish to share it, and given the it's relevant enough, so if you wish to share it, you wish to share it.
Yeah, alright, I'll tell the story. I was hanging out with some mates once, and a mate of mine managed to get me to admit that the name of a girl in class who I liked. This was when I was about 13, I think, just for a bit of context. And you know, he managed to force me to admit that I liked a certain girl in my class, and then after that I didn't think much of it at all. But relatively recently, like several years after I'd left that school and left that class, I found out that he went and told everyone in the school, the girl included, and apparently she was considering, you know, talking to me about it and maybe being my girlfriend, but she was moving out of the city at the end of the year and figured there was no real point. And that is the closest I've ever been to having a girlfriend. But of course, I don't hold a grudge against the mate who did it.
That's
Who,
actually
screwed me over.
butting in a bit there and cutting you short. It's very much like one of the other lines where, well, the line in this game goes a bit better, but a lot of reasons are because that particular line they thought they were only going to have a few months.
Wait, I'm confused. Which line is this?
That's Lily's line. Remember the whole reasoning behind Lily's line and why things go the way they do?
Oh, they go because that Lily's leaving forever at the end of the year and doesn't tell us that thing.
Yeah, until like 2 days beforehand.
All right, cut that out. Cut that out.
Well,
That is very spoilery. Cut that out.
Yeah, alright. I'll do something there.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes, Misha's beating herself up, and it's been depressing.
And the problem is that she's taking everything Shizune's doing in the exact opposite manner in which Shizune wishes to be received.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be presumptuous. Hisao got a little confused, tongue-tied over whether I should say Hichan or Hisao. I think Hisao is probably better for me. Yeah, there we go. This is a.
It's a much happier conversation.
Yeah. And Misha's smiling. I think that's also a change.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was smiling in the other ending. I'm still saddened about the hairstyle change.
Yeah, I did prefer the twills.
Twin drills.
Yeah, the twills.
Those are the words you want.
I'm gonna call them twills because. Bleh.
Bush Cheney 2004.
Yeah. Though the short hair is not bad of a look.
I don't know. I just got too attached to the twin drills.
Oh, the twin drills are great.
But yes, Hisao is sharing his personal experience with being down and depressed.
Wow.
Which is I don't know. It's interesting. Hopefully, somewhere nice.